It's hard to believe that in times of peace and prosperity like this, that Donald Trump could actually lose the election in the fall. But he could, because he's going to make sure that every single day through Twitter, he's going to prove what an amateur ass he is. And, we may just get tired of that. To the liberal Democrats, the progressives, listen, if you just have a winning message, you actually have a chance. But you got to get out of crazy land. I want to talk about three big Democrat issues: healthcare, economy, and climate change, and what a winning message would look like that all Democrats could support. First, healthcare. It's a horrible message to say Medicare for all. We're going to take away insurance of 3/4 of Americans, force you into a government program. Dumb, people. It is so dumb. Here's a winning message. Did you hear recently that Obamacare has its highest approval rating ever? 55% of Americans say it's great. We're going to build on that, okay? We all recognize there's still some big holes. That's what we're going to work on. Lowering prescription drug prices, making sure more people get into Medicaid so they have insurance. And then on the economy, it's a horrible message to say in a good economy when someone is experiencing that, to say, well, no, you're not. Not good. Here's what you should say. We want to take this wonderful economy and make it even better. And here's how we're going to do it. We recognize tax cuts were good. So we want to even expand on that as liberal Democrats. Here's how we're going to do it. You've heard that 20% of the highest income Americans pay 80% of the taxes. I'm going to make that 90%. I want to continue to reduce the tax burden to hardworking Americans and the lower income Americans. And you've heard Republicans talk about infrastructure, which they've done nothing about. Listen, we Democrats can get it done. And listen, we have more tax revenues coming in than ever in our history. It's the perfect time to put together a bold infrastructure that will just help our roads and bridges and airports and give a lot of high-paying jobs to Americans. And on climate change, okay, this is not a winning message for a politician to say, hey, at taxpayer expense, I'm going to jump on my private jet, fly to where you are, collect the keys to your gas-guzzling SUVs, and then I'm tired. So I'm going to run down to Cancun for a couple of weeks in the sun while you ride your bicycle to work. And if you don't submit to this, we'll all be dead in 10 years. Guess what? That's not going to get you any votes. Here's what should be said. We are going to start with just the federal government, where it has control. Right now, 50% of the drilling for fossil fuels happens either offshore or on federal lands. We're going to start there. We're not going to touch you. And you've heard of the Green New Deal by Princess AOC. She talked about redoing all the buildings. We're going to start that, but just within federal buildings. They're in every city in the nation. We want to show you by example how by doing this, you save money, and of course, it improves our economy. Tell me this is not a winning message.